Hello there, it's Daniel here from MeTime Fitness, and I just wanted to run you through for the next couple of minutes one of the biggest reasons why we shouldn't necessarily trust the scales. And it comes off the back of having our second sort of assessment with one of the ladies on our 8 weeks to drop 10 to 20 pounds program, where she did lose some weight, was semi-frustrated it wasn't as much as she thought, but when she got measured on our in-body scanner, it showed that she lost more body fat than she thought. So let's have a look at the reasons why. So what scales measure? So the scales, when you jump on some scales at home in your bathroom or wherever, it measures your weight and your body weight. Okay, nothing else. It doesn't tell you how much body fat you've got. It doesn't tell you how much muscle you've got. So obviously when the scales go up and down, it's just a reflection of how much weight you are carrying. So obviously if you held a child in your arms as you stood on the weight, you would weigh more, but it doesn't mean that you're heavier or fatter, I should say. So what contributes to your weight? It's the sum of these parts. Bone. You've also got your muscle. You've also got body fat, and you've also got water. Okay, so all those four things contribute towards your weight. Okay, so as we can see from that, your weight isn't just the sum of body fat, it's the sum of a lot of other things. And our in-body measures, so this in-body scanner we have here at MeTime Fitness, which is a medically graded piece of kit that measures a lot of things, including your body fat. This is what it measures. It measures your bone mass. So it can tell you how much of your weight is bone. It tells you how much of your weight is muscle, how much of your weight is fat, and how much of your weight is water, which gives us more information when it comes to seeing how much body fat you're losing. It also tells you about your visceral fat. It can also give you an idea of your metabolic rate, which is really important when calculating how many calories you need to lose weight or maintain weight or put on muscle. And it can tell your weight to hip ratio, which is good in terms of looking at risk factors for heart disease and a few other factors, which I won't go in here. So let's look at this lady's results. So on the top there, you will see that is her first measurement. You can see the in-body scanner shows that if you look at the bottom, it says sum of above. So look at the bottom of the table on the top measurement. It says sum of above is your weight. And then above that, you've got body fat mass, minerals, protein, and water. Now, if you compare that to the last measurement she had yesterday, you can see the difference in terms of her results. And we'll just run through them here. So her water went from 26 to 27.4. And water can be like the water in your muscle, how much water you've drunk, how hydrated you are, etc., etc. Okay, and this varies quite a lot. So for example, if you had a big binge one night, had a pizza, a couple of beers or glasses of wine, some pudding, and you jumped on the scales the next day, you may find your weight goes up by 3 or 4 pounds. And there's no way that that is body fat. You'd have to be in an huge calorie, you must be in a huge amount of calories for that all to be body fat. A large part of that will be water retention. And then you've got muscle. So when you start exercising, obviously, if you're doing weights and stuff like that, you will increase your muscle mass, which is really important for health, for other things like reducing muscle wasting as you get older, which naturally can happen, plus also good for general health, fitness, and good for your joints. So you can see that this lady's went up by 0.3. Then you've got bone, and that will just fluctuate. There may be an indication that due to the more increase in exercise, it's gone up a little bit, but it's quite a small jump, so nothing to dance around about. You can see that her body fat went down by 3.7 kilos, but her weight only went down by 1.9 kilos. So when she jumps on the scales at home, she was okay with the results. She was making progress, but it wasn't as much as she thought it would be. But when we actually measured her body fat, we can see that in the last 3 or so weeks that she's been on this program, she's lost 3.7 kgs of body fat. Okay, now if she didn't have this way of measuring, then chances are it could be that she might feel a bit less motivated. You may give up or try to go more extreme, which is more difficult to sustain, and then give up. So there's lots of permutations to not understanding the difference between fat and weight when tracking your progress. What can also happen is, obviously, if you're starting out on an exercise program, your weight actually stay the same for the first few weeks due to this increase in muscle mass, but decrease in fat. So unless you are aware of this or have the ability to measure body fat, again, that can lead to feeling despondent and giving up, and so on and so on. Okay, so I hope that all makes sense. I just wanted to point that out just so you have an understanding. If you do want to book in an InBody or join our 8-week to drop 10 to 20 pounds, just drop me a line and then we can get you started. Okay, take it easy, guys. Be good. Ciao for now. Bye.